We are live here from Montgomery Blair High School.
Strong start.
Great start. For the final road game against the Thunderbolts, final regular season game against the Thunderbolts for the Big Train this year. Sunday today at 6 p.m. and officially starting the final week of the regular season for Cal Ripken League Baseball. Pretty crazy how time flies. I'm Allie Navarrete, and joining me today in the booth, which is under the bleachers, as you all know by now, is our wonderful GM, Michael Michaud. Michael, you and I have not been on the call together in a while.
No, we haven't. Allie, thank you. Thank you for those kind words. I appreciate it. I know your partner, Nick, is broadcast partner. Nick is going through the last vestiges of COVID, so hopefully he will be back this week. But I think everyone has had fun filling in over this week. I think you've had a good time, better than just sticking you in the booth by yourself, I'd say probably.
No, I've had such a good time. I've had quite a cast of characters with me. I think every single intern on our staff at this point basically has tried this out. We've had you in here. We got a couple of players in here. It's been a really fun week, but excited to have Nick back soon. Hopefully he is feeling healthy tomorrow. And if
you're listening, Nick, I hope
if you're listening, Nick, hope you're feeling better. Anyways, the Big Train going to be taking on the last team in the league here. The Thunderbolts really struggling this year, currently 9-18. Meanwhile, the Train, a really good day yesterday at Shirley Povich, tacking on 2 wins against the Crop Dusters.
Yep, and that was huge. Obviously, one of those games had started on June 24th, so was in stasis for a while we waited to finish it. But after Friday's kind of disappointing sweep, doubleheader sweep at the hands of the Braves, I think yesterday was huge to kind of just, as we've talked about this year, improve the vibes around the team, right?
Yes,
and I
completely.
think we, judging from the manager Sal's demeanor before this game, I think it had its effect, and hopefully they'll be able to continue it today.
Yeah, leading off here, Luke Nowak going to take a seat. He hasn't had a day off in quite some time, so returning to that leadoff spot is Garrett Felix. Haven't seen him there since Nowak arrived in Bethesda, but was here for much of the season before he did. That one hit, tracking over the shortstop, but it'll drop behind him, and a base hit, first pitch of the game. Good stuff from Garrett Felix.
Look at that, a breaking ball to start the game off, just kind of went with it and blooped it into shallow left, making contact. On the mound for the T-Bolts is Bryce Smith. He's thrown 6 innings this season, given up 14 hits, 8 runs, walked 5, struck out 5. His ERA is 12, but only 6 innings, so that could change quickly.
Smith on the mound. Now at the plate, DM Jefferson. Behind the plate for the Thunderbolts is Kelly. Smith, first pitch to Jefferson. He shows bunt, lays it down fair, going to charge over to first. He'll be out, but Garrett Felix going to advance into scoring position.
2 pitches, 2 contact plays, single for Felix, sack bunt for DM. I feel like we've seen that a lot with DM bunting. He's tied for the team lead in home runs, so part of me wants to let him swing, but whatever. Now they have a runner in scoring position for their best hitter, based on average at least, Pitre.
Yeah, Emilian Pitre now up, batting third here for the Train this evening. Smith eyeing Felix there, who's almost definitely going to run, taking his lead, going to steal home already, or steal third, excuse me, and he does.
If you're Bryce Smith, no, that's not me.
No, I know. I'm laughing at him too.
If you're Bryce Smith and he's dancing, just step off, man. Like, he's clearly going. Like, at least make him think about it. 1-0 now to Pitre, though.
The 1-0, ball 2. So 2-0 to Pitre, and Felix now on third.
Well, classic Big Train trying to get off to the fast start. Got the opportunity.
Is classic Big Train. Hopefully they can make something happen here. The 2-0 to Pitre. Hits Smith. Felix going to come home. Pitre gets to first, safe. Garrett Felix puts a run on the board for the Train early. Emilian Pitre on base himself, and it'll bring up John Kramer.
Infield single right there. That is a tough break for Bryce. Just a bouncer. Probably would have been handled by the shortstop. I still think Felix would have scored, but obviously this inning looks a lot different for the T-Bolts with 1 run given up and no one on base and 2 outs. Now you have to face the home run hitter from yesterday, John Kramer.
Yeah, John Kramer was unreal yesterday. If you haven't already, you probably have because it's got upwards of 20,000 views. Our wonderful photographer, Anna, took a sick video of John Kramer's home run yesterday, and you should go check it out because the video is just as awesome as the hit. Little pickoff attempt, but Pitre safe.
Yeah, he smoked that ball.
Yeah.
I actually wasn't watching as what happens at home games. I was doing something else, but I heard it, and I was like, wait, that sounds pretty good. And it turned out to be pretty good.
Yeah, if you watch the video, he knew that that hit was
yeah.
going.
Yeah, he, as they say in baseball parlance, he pimped that one. Am I allowed to say that? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
That's got multiple meanings now.
Smith, another pickoff attempt to Petre, but he's back. At first for the Thunderbolts is Yurovsky. At second, Gibbs. Third, Lightsell and Catrone at short. Carboni in left. Garrett in the center. Jenkins in the right. That one in for another ball. So Smith struggling to find the zone here.
It's almost like he hasn't even had a chance to really settle in because Felix took the first pitch for a base hit. DM bunted the very next pitch, and so he still hasn't gotten a feel for any of his pitches or the mound or anything right now, and he's kind of just like testing around a little.
Yeah, that'll come in for ball 3, so continuing.
And for Kramer, Smith's thrown a lot of breaking balls this inning. I think he leans heavily into that pitch, and he hasn't been able to throw one for a strike yet, so I think if you're Kramer, you just kind of either hunt for a fastball or just wait for him to walk you on a bunch of breaking balls.
Smith, the 3-0. Kramer hits that one to the first baseman, Yurovsky. He gets it out at second, and Kramer safe at first. So Petre going to be out at second. Kramer will reach on the fielder's choice. 2 outs, though, now for the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, that was a nice play by the first baseman. Smith had to get over there to cover. First baseman was out of position after he fielded it kind of 15 feet off the bag towards second. And Kramer dug to beat it out, and Smith also, wasn't on the base. So I think the throw beat him, but he wasn't in the right place. That old pitcher's fielding practice, PFPs.
So now 2 outs, Kramer on first, and TJ Rogers at the plate for the Train. Grounds that one to the third baseman, and they'll go for the out at second. That'll be 3. So the Big Train get a run on the board. Garrett Felix comes home after stealing third and then an RBI single. Infield single from Emilian Petre, so a good start for Bethesda. When we come back, it'll be Brandon Clark on the mound facing the Thunderbolts bats. Welcome back again on the mound for the Big Train, Brandon Clark, and in the field, It's Jason Schiavone behind the plate. Sean Lane at first, Garrett Felix at second, Petre at short, and TJ Rogers at third. In the outfield, DM Jefferson in left, Trey Wingett center, and John Kramer right.
There we go. Brandon Clark on the mound. He has thrown 15 innings this year. This will be his 6th start. 13 hits, 9 runs, 8 earned, 17 walks, and 17 strikeouts.
First pitch to Bobby Lightsell, the third baseman leading off for the Thunderbolts. Ball.
We know Clark coming back from injury, working his way back. Control is his big thing to work on.
1-0, another ball. I've had a couple of pitchers in the booth with me this week, and more than one has said that their favorite pitcher to watch is Brandon Clark just because of his mechanics and how fast he can hit. He's gotten up to 96 this summer.
There it is.
2-0 in, yeah.
Yeah, so when he last pitched on Monday, we were in Olney against the Crop Dusters, and our booth was next to where a few of the bullpen guys were doing radar guns, and they were just talking about his pitches move so much that it's fun.
2-1, another ball.
Could also be not fun. And there was also the situation where Clay Wargo started catching him and then came out after an inning because I think there was some maybe communications or receiving problems, and they put Schiavone in, and he's back there tonight.
Yeah. 3-1 in, so a full count now for Lightsell. So, yeah, these two together again on the field, Schiavone and Clark. And the 3-2, and that'll be ball for Lightsell. Going to take his base. Clark gets started with a walk.
Yeah, I think Schiavone would be excited to get back out there after he was unceremoniously kicked out of the game on Friday, and then by league rules he had to sit out a game, and so but now out here for what I imagine is a full 9 innings.
Yeah, I mean he played yesterday.
Oh yeah, that's true. He did play yesterday.
I think he was the DH, but did not get to play the second game of the doubleheader. That one chopped to Sean Lane. Going to go for the out at second. Can they get it at first too? They can't. So Gibbs going to be safe at first, but they'll get Lightsell at the second base bag and bring up Jenkins.
Yeah, that was basically the identical play we saw in the top of the first with Kramer at the plate. Kind of a bouncer 10, 15 feet off towards second base. Sean Lane made a nice play, set his feet, got the throw over to Petre, and Clark was covering, but the throw was just a touch high. I think he would have been safe anyway. But a good defensive play by Sean Lane. You got to get those outs when you can.
Defense so good for the Big Train, very good at supporting their pitchers and again getting those outs like you said. So now Brandon Clark has one, and that one fouled off by Jenkins to get started.
Jenkins, Lightsell, Gibbs, and Jenkins are the 3 top hitters on the and actually Waugh, who's the cleanup hitter, is the 4th best hitter, at least in terms of average. Jenkins hitting 308 and 91 at bats in the season. He actually has 6 home runs, which probably is the league lead.
There are multiple Thunderbolts guys, I think, who have like 5 or 6. Big Train, not necessarily a power hitting team, but a couple guys have a couple home runs now. Like we said, DM Jefferson has 2. I think Jason Schiavone has 2.
Schiavone has 2. Schultz has 2. Baylor has 2. So, yeah.
Kramer now has 1.
Yeah.
The 1-1, ball 2.
Yeah, Kramer has 1, and Sean Lane has 1. That one at Olney that Nick predicted.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. That was crazy. Clay Wargo has 1, but it was exhibition. Colton Hagwood has 1, but it was exhibition.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about those.
It was the first home run of the season.
The game is meshed together.
I know. They really are. They really do. At this point in the season. The 2-1 to Jenkins was foul before it rolled back toward the mound.
Yeah, fouled off his foot, I believe. Yeah, I believe Jenkins made the All-Star team, and I was watching him in BP, and it was pretty fun. It's pretty good show.
Were we with the Thunderbolts for the All-Star game?
I don't remember. Yes, I think we were.
You were there, not me. So
Good point. I believe we were. I believe it was us and the Thunderbolts and the Grays.
Okay.
But I really can't remember.
I don't know.
No, maybe we were with the Crop Dusters. No, it was us, the Crop Dusters, and the Thunderbolts. There it is.
Okay. Clark fires the 2-2 to Jenkins. High, full count.
Been missing high with the fastball so far.
Again, just a reminder that this setup is quite interesting, so you might hear some stomping above us. You might see the net kind of moving around. It's not the best view, but we do what we can.
We're at below ground level almost.
Yeah, basically.
Subterranean. The runner goes.
The 3-2, swing and a miss, running to second. He'll get there safely. A good attempt from Jason Schiavone, but could not get the throw to second in time. So Gibbs going to advance, but first K of the game for Brandon Clark.
That was another elevated fastball, but Jenkins chased that one with the on the 3-2 count. After watching the 2-2 pitch, that was almost identical go by. Goodbye, sir.
Now Nathan Waugh, the DH, at the plate for the Thunderbolts. First pitch to him, fouled back for strike one.
That was a good pitch. Starting off with a fastball down in the zone. I mean, we know Clark throws hard, so a lot of times just getting your location right in this league for Brandon Clark is, you know, step one to success. I know it's easy to say that, but sitting back here, but it's really key is pitching ahead.
Clark, the 0-1, drops in.
Another fastball, that one on the inside corner. I think he may have missed his spot, but Wall clearly wasn't looking for it. Wall in the season hitting 295 and 78 at-bats. He has 5 homers. He's walked 14 times also, which is pretty good.
Nothing compared to Garrett Felix, though. He's
Well,
at like
no.
30-plus at this
Yeah,
point.
it's incredible.
And the 0-2 to Waugh. In. Guys looked almost ready to go, but they're going to call it a ball. I thought
it was a
yeah,
strike.
I think we all
Schiavone
thought.
it was a strike.
Jason thought, yeah.
Brandon Clark thought it was a strike. Garrett Felix and almost ran from second into the dugout. We know he has great speed. Almost showed it off in the wrong way there.
So Clark with a 1-2 count. Fires. In. A bit wild. But
Ball in the
done.
dirt. Wall swung, and he is giving it up.
Yeah,
Ball was in
so
the dirt. He could have run, but he decided not to.
decided not to. So back-to-back Ks will end the inning for Brandon Clark. One runner left on for the Thunderbolts. Train still lead 1-0 as we enter the top of the second. Leading off here in the top of the second for the big train, it's Sean Lane. On deck, Clay Wargo, who's DHing this evening, and then Jason Schiavone in the hole. Smith still on the mound for the Thunderbolts. First pitch to Sean Lane. That one hit into right center field. Going and caught, and he falls over.
Wow.
Making a great catch is Jenkins.
Holy cow, what a catch by Jenkins. I mean, he tracked the ball the whole way in a dead sprint toward the 357 sign in right center field, and catching a ball diving away from the infield. That is an incredible catch. Lane absolutely robbed of an extra base hit.
Yeah, Kelly giving a little point and a nod to his right fielder, Jenkins. That was an excellent play, and now 1 out for the Thunderbolts. That one high for ball 1 to Clay Wargo. Yeah. The 1-0 to Wargo popped up in the infield. Coming over and calling it is Yurovsky, the first baseman, and he makes that catch. There was some power on that ball.
There was some English, some wind, some all the elements. Watching Jenkins make a diving catch right center field, and then watching the first baseman barely nick one. So anyway, we know the angle is tough to see the pitcher, so we're just going to move this depending on if the hitter is a righty or a lefty, and hopefully we saw your comments, so hopefully this will, we won't give you motion sickness when we do that. Good luck.
Yeah, again, set up not ideal here, unfortunately. Schiavone fouls that one back for strike one.
Good aggressive cut by Schiavone. Interesting, I feel like normally, I mean, we talked about Garrett Felix walking so much. Normally the big train approach is a bit more patient, and guys are going after it. Like Lane was the first pitch. I think Wargo was the second pitch. Schiavone going after the first pitch, and we saw that in the first inning too.
Schiavone with his gloves back on. Haven't seen that in a while. The 0-1-1-1.
Yeah, that magic from the bare hand must have run out. You know, these things aren't permanent, so goes back to the gloves. I never liked hitting without batting gloves, so.
The 0-1, ball
Inside.
2. Yeah.
Weatherman Patrick coming in to let us
Yeah,
know
telling us
details.
it's going to rain hard.
Hard.
The 2-1 to Schiavone, ball 3.
Not just rain. Rain hard.
Rain
Listen,
hard.
let's be honest. We've seen some hard rain this year
Yeah.
at some of our games.
That's the reason Jason stopped wearing his gloves in the first place.
That's right.
They got
Dugout
soaked.
got flooded. His gloves were sitting, just floating around like a Titanic passenger lost at sea.
And the 3-1 low, Schiavone gonna walk. Trey Wingate coming up.
2-out walk. Trey's been hot of late.
He has.
I know he'd be the first to tell you that he struggled during a lot of the season, but over his last 4 games, he is 4 for 11 with 2 doubles and 5 RBIs.
Yeah, he's been much improved and was really struggling with strikeouts, I would say, in the first half of the season. First pitch to Wingate. Ball 1. On deck, Garrett Felix.
We have a young visitor.
We do have a visitor.
Yeah.
Second pitch to Trey, way wild. Schiavone gonna advance to second with
Man,
ease.
that ball was over Trey's, behind Trey's head. So that was something else. That's what we call a wild pitch.
Yep. So Schiavone now in scoring position advances on that wild pitch.
So we'll see if Trey can stay hot, get a ball to the outfield, and score Jason to double this lead.
Smith ready. Fires to Wingate. Again, ball 3 now.
I don't know where that pitch was. I know a consistent theme from the players and coaches. You know, when you're a baseball player, you know that there are going to be bad calls. What you want from an umpire is, like, if you're going to be bad, be, like, consistently bad.
Yeah.
Be bad in the same place every
Yeah.
time. And that, I think, has been the biggest frustration for a lot of these players.
Smith, the 3-0. Another ball.
That looked like a cross-up between the catcher and the pitcher. I think the catcher thought the pitcher was throwing one thing and the pitcher threw something else, which is never a good feeling as a catcher when your guy throws 80 or whatever. It's kind of terrifying.
So, excuse me, that was actually the 3-0. 2-0 became the 3-0.
Oh, so now it's 3-0.
So now it's 3-0,
Okay.
and Kelly going to chat with Smith for a sec.
Top of the order on deck with Felix. Be nice if Trey, I imagine he bet the farm that he's not swinging right here. In the words of Nick Poor, he loves betting on these things.
Yeah.
Almost certain.
The 3-0 to Wingate, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk. That's back-to-back walks for Smith.
So that was a classic situation where Smith, we know he likes his breaking ball, but normally you'd see a fastball on a 3-0 pitch, but knowing that he had a base open at first and another lefty coming up, might as well see if you can get him to chase, and if not, just, put him on base and move on to the next hitter, and that's Garrett Felix.
Yeah, tough for Smith. Got the first 2 outs with great catches from his right fielder and first baseman, but now back-to-back walks have sent 2 runners to base for the Train and back to the top of the order. In to start here against Garrett Felix.
Another breaking ball. This isn't Major League Baseball, so we can't track. Maybe someone is tracking the pitch selection by Smith, but I feel like it's very heavy breaking ball.
That one fouled back.
Another one. Felix out in front of that one. I'm sure he's frustrated. Now it'll be a tough 2-strike approach. Garrett Felix, though, we know he's good at that, putting the ball in play. In 89 at-bats, he's only struck out 19 times, which is pretty good.
So the rain's starting to come down a little bit. We'll see how long this lasts. That one fouled back again. So Garrett going to stay alive here. So Felix still an 0-2 count here. Smith ready for the 0-2. He fires, and that one hit right into the glove of the second baseman. So the infield again supporting Smith here. Get the 3rd out, leaving Schiavone and Wingett straight it out there. So the Train still a 1-0 lead. We'll come back with more of Brandon Clark. Welcome back. Bottom of the second. Leading off for the Thunderbolts is the first baseman, Beck Urofsky. Still Brandon Clark on the bump. First pitch to Urofsky. Nice stuff from Clark. Strike 1.
Fastball right off the bat. We're talking about the bottom of the first, getting ahead. That's the key.
Clark, the 0-1 to Urofsky. Hit straight to Garrett Felix. Reached perfectly for that one. Out number 1.
Second baseman giveth and taketh away if you're the Thunderbolts.
Seriously.
Obviously with 2 men on, that was a nice catch by Gibbs last inning, and then this one was just a ripped line drive, just right at the wrong person. So tough break. Baseball is hard. That's all I have to contribute to that.
It's so funny. When Bennett's in with me this week too, he also played baseball, and he just likes to comment on how it's hard. That one hit perfectly down the third base side by Garrett. Jefferson gets the throw in, but diving safe is Garrett. So a double for the Thunderbolts.
So just Garrett attacking another first pitch fastball and kind of just going with it past Rogers, diving Rogers, who was kind of playing off the line. And, you know, that's just a good piece of hitting right there. It's going the other way. If that fastball's in the outside corner, Clark throws hard. Don't try and pull it. Just go with it. Get yourself a double. It's also a good hustle out here. I mean, DM got to that fast. We know the grass is pretty long here, which slows the ball down.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, works out.
So now a runner in scoring position for the Thunderbolts. Just the one out, and it's Kelly, the catcher, at the plate.
276 on the year and 29 at-bats. Couple RBIs, 5 walks.
Clark, first pitch ball to Kelly. It's the first hit of the game for the Thunderbolts. Again, it's just the bottom of the second. And it's raining a little bit here, but nothing too bad.
I wouldn't have called that a real no-hit bid after one inning.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, I feel like we've been here for longer. The 1-0 fouled toward past the Thunderbolts dugout.
Oh, yeah, way past. Deep down the right field. Well, not deep, but down the right field line.
So 1-1 count for Kelly.
Coach Sal adjusting his outfield defense, seeing that Kelly's a little late on that, so he's moved Kramer over. He's changed his middle infielder's alignment. Now it's Petre keeping Jenkins close, and Felix going back into the hole on the right side.
Clark eyeing Garrett there on second. Going to send in another, and that's another ball. So count now 2-1.
Yeah, excuse me, Garrett at second. That was a breaking ball up. But a good pitch. Just released it a little too early. Got to finish those.
So Clark behind here, 2-1. Sends it in, and that one hit Petre coming in. Will try to get it over to Lane. Not in time. So the Thunderbolts runners in the corners.
Man, baseball's about where you place the ball. He couldn't have thrown it any better. A high chopper kind of tore in between the shortstop and the third baseman. Petre decided to take it and just was too slow to get Kelly, who beat it out. And now first and third, one out for Catrone.
The shortstop at the plate now. So Garrett on third, Kelly on first.
208 this season in 53 at-bats. He's got 1 homer and 2 doubles.
Clark, first pitch to Catrone, swing and a miss.
Right after him. This is true at any level of baseball. And no offense, it's just the way lineups work. But when you get to the bottom of the lineup, a lot of times you just see a heavy fastball diet just based on the fact that these guys probably aren't, you know, as strong hitters as the guys at the top.
Clark, the 0-1, another swing and a miss for Catrone.
Overpowered him on those 2 pitches. We'll see how Catrone adjusts. And we'll see how Clark approaches it. I mean, if I were him, I'd stick with that pitch, but I'm not playing baseball in college, the D1 level, so.
Clark, the 0-2. That one well hit by Catrone, deep into left field. Jefferson can't get there. It'll drop at the wall. Coming home is Garrett. Kelly will hold at third. But a run tacked on, and we have a tie ball game.
I think that was a breaking ball. That was a pitch down and in. The way that I couldn't tell for sure, but the way that Catrone attacked that, you know, he was so late on the other 2 pitches. It had to have been some sort of off-speed pitch and just drilled it over Jefferson's head. Jefferson did well to get that into Petre and hold Kelly at third, but now it's second and third, one out for Carboni.
Yeah, Justin Carboni, a Walt Whitman Viking.
Oh, I think Bennett was texting with him before the game.
Yeah.
Traitorous. Carboni,
Anyways.
250 on the season and 36 at-bats.
That was an extra base hit for Catrone as well. Swing and a miss to get started for Carboni.
6 walks for Carboni, 11 strikeouts. Looking for his first extra base hit on the season.
Another one in for a ball. Count evens 1-1. Clark, the 1-1, 2-1.
I know on Monday, Clark's last start, his last couple innings, I was checking out the pitch chart from like Jack and Todd and Jordan, the other Big Train pitchers who were charting him, and he just leaned heavily on his fastball over his last couple innings, and You know, I'm just surprised that he's gone away from it in a few key moments here.
The 2-1 to Carboni. Another swing clean for strike 2.
That was a two-seamer. I know a lot of these guys, right, they come, they want to do well, obviously. They want the big train to do well. None of these guys like losing, but they're also working on their own stuff.
Yeah.
So continuing to do that is important.
And the 2-2 in the dirt.
He went.
He did go, so thrown over to first, and that's out number 2. And a
big out.
Good rebound there, yeah, from Brandon Clark.
That was an excellent example of getting the breaking ball at the right time. You know, it's not a clear formula. It's an art more than a science in a lot of ways. But that was a good block by Jason Schiavone to keep the ball at the plate, freeze Kelly at third, and get the put out at first. Now we're at the top of the order.
Yeah, back to Leitzel, who led off this game for the Thunderbolts. First pitch to him, well hit. They're going to say it went foul.
Oh, no, it hit Kelly, but the umpires are saying he was in foul territory, but the big trainer is saying he was in fair territory, which means he would be out.
Interesting.
That's what Sal Colangelo is arguing. That now normally they coach you when you're leading off third to stay in foul territory, because if you get hit, you in out. Fair territory, you're out. So and you have the room at third. Mm-hmm. Kelly was very close to the line. I gotta be honest, I haven't seen that often.
I don't think I've seen that at all this year.
Oh no, definitely not this year. I feel like in my whole time life watching baseball, you don't see it that often. But just a strike now, 0-1.
Clark, the 0-1 to Leitzel. Low ball 1.
A little too much bite on that breaking ball. I think Kelly will be sure to stay in foul territory for the rest of this at bat and his life, probably. Yes. He did probably see it flash before his eyes. That got at him in a hurry.
The 1-1 to Leitzel. Chop to T.J. Rogers. Going to throw it over to first, and Sean Lane is there. Out number 3. The Thunderbolts tie it up off an RBI double from Kelly. Send home, or excuse me, from Catrone. That would send home Gary Garrett. So all tied up. When we come back, it'll be the big train bats back to D.M. Jefferson.
Hey everyone, welcome back. It's the top of the third, 1-1 here at Montgomery Blair Stadium. Apologies for the sound difficulties. Hopefully they've been fixed now, but keep commenting if they haven't. Our Our Wi-Fi is not that great here, so we're working on it.
Yeah, tried the trusty unplug replug, which usually works on this
Worked before.
soundboard. So
Here's
let us know.
Yeah, here's DM Jefferson to lead off here in the top of the third. He had a sack bunt his first time up, still against Bryce Smith. First pitch. Oh, that is a breaking ball right into DM's back. Those ones don't hurt as much as the fastball, so no complaints from DM, and he gets a free base. So leadoff man on.
We saw like 3 hit-by pitches last night, and I felt like we hadn't seen one in a while, but there were, I think, 2 or 3 for the Crop Dusters, and then Merritt Beaker also hit a guy to send a run home, but eventually
Oh, yeah, that's right.
he did that in his first batter face and then was completely dominant after, so it didn't really phase him, but it didn't happen. I hadn't seen that in a while.
Here's Emilian Pitre, takes a breaking ball for a strike. Pitre had that RBI single off of Bryce Smith in the first inning. It hit Smith. It was headed up the middle, ticketed for center, deflected off Smith toward third, and with Felix on third, he scored easily. DM big lead over at first. 0-1 count now to Pitre. Smith sets. There goes Jefferson. The pitch. Fastball up. The throw down to second is not in time. It looked like a good throw, but Jefferson had an excellent jump, and that's a stolen base for DM, and he's now in scoring position with nobody out.
Something DM does so well. Him, Garrett Felix, Luke Nowak, they're all so speedy, and so anytime a runner can get on for the train, it's dangerous, and just showed us why.
That's DM's 12th stolen base in 19 games, which is pretty good.
At one point, he was like, for his first 7, I think he was averaging like 1 per game.
Yeah.
He had been here for a week,
That's
and
right.
he'd stolen his base every time.
Another big lead, and Smith steps off. We saw in the first inning, Jefferson basically got a walk. Felix basically got a walking jump to steal third in the first inning. Smith never even looked at him, and clearly he got the message. 1-1 to Pitre. Jefferson off second. Pitch. Breaking ball. Another strike. Count 1-2. Rain continues to come down a little. Our big train meteorologist, Patrick Chapman, says we may avoid the big stuff, which would be nice because this is the last week of the regular season and there isn't that much time to make up these games. So 1-2 to Pitre. Breaking ball bounce to the right side. That'll do a job. Gibbs, the second baseman, fields it. Fires the first in time. Jefferson to third. Pitre retired 4-3. But he does, if this were the 60s, everyone would be really excited about that professional at bat. Moving the runner up to third with less than 2 outs means Kramer can score him without a hit. Personally, I like long innings where you get lots of hits and score a ton of runs, but sure, if you want to play for 1 run, that works.
I mean, slowly but surely, Big Train going to try and take the lead again here.
Yeah, here's Kramer, who bounced to first into fielder's choice his first time. Jefferson off third. Breaking ball down. Count 1-0.
I like Kramer's cleats.
Those are different. I feel like yesterday he had the dark Ole Miss cleats, and now he's got, these red, I guess they could also be Ole Miss cleats. I don't know.
I mean, they are red.
They are red. Another breaking ball away, and the count 2-0. They are red. I don't know. The other one clearly had, like, the Ole Miss blue with, like, red accents. Ian's in here. He and I shared our love of shoes together last night. We were talking about it, so big into colorways, 2-0. Breaking ball strike, 2-1. That looked outside. Kramer didn't really like it.
Neither did Patrick.
Neither did Patrick sitting here. Devastated. But Kramer's still in charge of the at-bat. 2-1. Jefferson off third. Kramer likely looking to lift the ball into the outfield at least to score Jefferson. 2-1. Fastball up. 3-1. Maybe the Thunderbolts read the story by Ian Decker about how Kramer's timing had been off with slower pitches, and so they put Bryce Smith out there to screw that up by just throwing breaking ball after breaking ball. Anything's possible. 3-1. Breaking ball down. Would not give in with a fastball. First and third now. 1 out for TJ Rogers and a visit from the mound from Brock Hunter, I believe. Or not Brock Hunter, the pitching coach? I don't know who the pitching coach is. That is Brock Hunter, yeah. Brock Hunter, manager / pitching coach for the Thunderbolts. First and third, 1 out here. Top of the third, 1-1 between the Big Train and the Thunderbolts, their last meeting of the season.
Yeah, again, the Thunderbolts really struggling this year. They have twice as many losses as they do wins at 9-18, and getting something good over the Train here would be huge. I think out of all the teams in the league, they're the only ones who have never beat the Big Train.
Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah, we've lost everybody else. Also, the Big Train are in a fight. I mean, the Thunderbolts are in a fight here because with 7 teams in the league, the last place team does not make the playoffs at all. The first 2 teams get first-round byes, and 3 seed plays the 6 seed, and the 4 seed plays the 5 in a 1-game playoff to reach the semifinals. So the Thunderbolts are in a battle with the DC Grays to avoid automatic elimination, and that's what they'll be focused on, I imagine, over this week.
Yeah.
Rogers digging in. TJ bounced into a fielder's choice to end the first inning, and now he's got first and third and a fake to all the bases by Bryce Smith, and no one took it.
The Big Train automatically make the playoffs, clinch their spot, so we're definitely in
the playoffs, baby.
Not that you guys expected anything else.
Yeah, that ball ripped into shallow center field. Coming on is Garrett, I believe, and here comes the throw home. Tagging was Jefferson. The throw, one hop, not in time. Oh, it was a very close throw, an excellent one-hop throw just behind the pitcher's mound. Jefferson slid in. It was excellent concentration by Kelly, but just a half second too late. Excellent throw by Garrett, but that'll be a sac fly for TJ Rogers and gives the Big Train a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, again, gonna just start to chip away here and get back on top. TJ Rogers did what he needed to do, put the ball in play, and got Jefferson home. I mean, not every guy's gonna make it home on that. It was a nice attempt from Garrett to Kelly, but Jefferson just too speedy for the Thunderbolts.
I mean, that was I would say that was a medium depth fly ball, and when you're DM Jefferson at third, you know, the guy needs to make a perfect throw to get you, and he almost did. I mean, that was just a situation where Jefferson was just a touch too fast and just beat it. But it was an excellent play all around, to be honest. But an RBI sac fly for TJ Rogers. That is his 7th RBI in the season. And here's Sean Lane. 2 outs, Kramer on first. Lane, they are appealing. They are appealing to third. They thought Jefferson left early, but the umpires said no. So that's 2 appeals for things that happened at third base so far this game. Sean Lane drilled one into right center. Incredible catch by Jenkins in the second. Here's the pitch from Smith. Fastball strike in the count 0-1. Man, that's one of those where I wish we had instant replay because that was a sweet catch. And multiple camera angles. Also would be sweet. What the heck, Allie?
Just this under the bleachers
just
view.
Just this under the bleachers. 0-1, soft breaking ball away. Never had a chance, 1-1. Yep, just the view under the bleachers. At least we're out of the rain.
At least we have a camera.
And we have a camera.
Not every broadcast crew in this league has a camera.
That is correct. So we're just
you take what you can get.
Living the dream here. 1-1. Pickoff throw to first. Kramer back easily. Started to go walk off the base. Almost got hidden ball tricked. Ish.
We saw one of those here. I think the last time we were here, we saw a hidden ball trick.
I think I missed that game.
It was on DM, yeah.
Oh.
Patrick remembers.
1-1. That's a strike, 1-2.
So Smith, this is his 3rd inning of work and still no strikeouts.
Yeah, again, that soft pitching. It can get guys off balance. It doesn't necessarily lead to a lot of strikeouts, but it definitely makes for weaker contact. We've seen a little bit of that. 1-2 now to Lane. Breaking ball, bounce toward third. Foul ball. It was an excellent play by the third baseman, Leitzel, to grab it. It took a funny hop, and now here comes Sal again arguing that the ball was fair. Honestly, we can't tell from this angle. But did it hit the bag? Well, if it hit the bag, it's fair, so I don't know how that works. Leitzel played it like it was fair. He was getting ready to gun Lane out. Yeah, so if it hit the bag, that's a fair ball. So I'm not sure. New rules here at Montgomery Blair High School.
More issues at third base.
More issues at third base. That's where all the action is happening. The ball that hit Kelly, DM tagging up, that one. Lane fighting. Here's the 1-2. Fastball up, 2-2. I saw it took a funny hop. I thought that was more based on like the spin it had off the bat than hitting the bag. If it hit the bag, that makes a sound. I can't hear because I got these headphones on, but Patrick said it hit the bag. I trust him. 2-2 here to Lane. Kramer off first. Pitch. Fastball fouled away. Count holds at 2-2.
Sean Lane came out aggressive in his first at-bat, swinging and then fouling out to right field. But
deep right center field.
Yeah. Exercising some more patience here, making Smith work for it.
2-2, breaking ball down, and the count goes full. That'll set Kramer off and running on the pitch. Any ball in the gap, and he might try and score. So, umpire speaking to the Big Train dugout. This is something that has happened a couple times over the last couple days. This one, and now lightning, Patrick. Second base umpire saw some lightning, so we will go into a lightning delay. Unfortunately, with Sean Lane in a full count at the plate with 2 outs, Kramer at first, 1 run in for the Big Train here in the top of the third. That was a weird coincidence. It looked like the ump was taking everyone off because Sal was arguing, but I think it's because he saw lightning over the press box.
To be honest, I think it was a little bit of both. I think he was talking to Sal, trying to get the Big Train dugout a little settled, but then the second base ump called for lightning. Either way, we're taking a break, and we'll keep you all updated on our social media.
Absolutely, and we will be back when the game is back, and thanks for watching. Welcome back, everyone, to Big Train TV. We are back. It is the top of the third, so we're back from a lightning delay. It was a little bit of rain, but the big problem was lightning. The second base umpire saw it over the press box and took everyone off the field. So that's why we're back. I think we didn't check the radar because, well, it's been wrong all summer, so
Yeah.
What's the point in checking it? But I think we're good to go. Quick recap. It's 2-1. The Big Train have retaken the lead here in the top of the third. John Kramer is at first with 2 outs. The count is 3-2 at Sean Lane, and Bryce Smith is still in the game. And here we go. This is happening quickly.
We're back in action.
Yeah.
Ready to roll.
Right back to it.
It's like we never left.
Here we go. Kramer's going to take off on the pitch. Here's the 3-2 to Sean Lane. Ball away. Ball 4. That was anticlimactic.
It was.
I was waiting for something really big to happen. Here's Clay Wargo. First and second, 2 out. Smith in the game. I very much doubt that Brandon Clark will come back. That was kind of a long delay for him because he hasn't pitched since the bottom of the second. Anyway, here is Wargo. First and second, 2 out. Smith sets. Here's the pitch. That's a fastball missing high. 1-0. Clay popped out to the first baseman first time out. First time up. That was the one that the first baseman kind of struggled with. Looked like the wind grabbed it, and he was led back towards the middle of the infield. It was very dramatic.
It's a great catch, though.
It was a great catch.
For Beck Urofsky, who's going to be a freshman at Cornell.
That fastball inside corner for a strike, and it is 1-1. Wargo didn't like it. Now, looking for a pitch to drive. Kramer leads off second, Lane off first. 1 run already in, 2-1, top 3. Big Train lead the Thunderbolts here in Silver Spring. The 2-1. That ball ripped into the shallow left field. It is going to be caught. A running catch made by Carboni. Sorry, don't have it in front of me. But an excellent catch. Wargo got a good piece of it, but it hung up a bit too much. That was an extended top of the third. The Big Train scored a run to take the lead. DM Jefferson scored on a TJ Rogers sac fly. And after 2.5, it is Big Train 2, Thunderbolts 1. Welcome back. Bottom of the third. We got a pitching change. As I was saying before, maybe I wasn't saying that on air. I don't think I was.
I don't think it was.
It wasn't on air. It wasn't on air. We were talking about how Brandon Clark was unlikely to come back. He's coming back from injury. It had been a long delay since he had thrown just because the Big Train had been hitting for a while. And then it turned out to be the rain delay. So Clark is out of the game. Luke Baker is in. I think that's probably just precautionary. Here's the first pitch for Baker. That is a pop-up into shallow right field. Felix is back, but on is Kramer, who will make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out. Gibbs goes down. 1 away. Luke Baker on the season. He has thrown, coming into this game, 18 innings. He's given up 19 hits. He's struck out 24, walked 10. Currently has an ERA of 6, but it's a little lower now. This is his 8th appearance. And that brings up Jenkins, a strikeout victim against Clark, his first time up. First pitch from Baker. Fastball away, 1-0.
I believe this is the second time this season Luke Baker has pitched at this field. He had a really good performance the last time, closed out the game, I believe, only pitched in the 8th and 9th.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He did do a nice job closing that game out. That pitch was cut on the miss by Jenkins, and it's 1-1.
Actually, might have been a Mercyville game, so I don't even know if it was the 8th and 9th, but nevertheless,
Oh yeah.
he was the closer.
I think it was like 12-0 or something.
Something. Not good.
Yeah. Here's the 1-1 from Baker. Breaking ball, off-speed pitch, something down in the dirt. Jenkins was clearly geared up for another fastball. Swung and missed, and it is 1-2.
Luke Baker transferring out of Jacksonville into Dayton, so he will be in Ohio come the fall.
He'll be a flyer.
Yes, a flyer.
A flyer. Here's the 1-2 to Jenkins. Lost that one. Up and away, 2-2.
But very excited for him. He's also a Big Train veteran.
It is the second season here. We have 2 returners this year. Jack Weeks was here a couple years ago. He's a grad student now. And Baker, 2-2, breaking ball high, I suppose. That looked pretty good, but no arguments from the Big Train dugout. So full count. I would suspect with a 1-run lead and nobody on and 1 out, Baker comes back with a fastball here, 3-2. Fastball cut on and missed. An excellent pitch by Baker, and there are 2 away.
Back-to-back outs. Great stuff for Luke Baker.
That's what you like to see. This is like, I don't know if anyone here is tennis fans, but right when you break someone's serve, you go on your service game and you got to consolidate that break. You got to hold serve. Huge opportunity here for Baker to come in to replace Clark and hold the serve. That is a weak half swing by Waugh. The count 0-1. That was an off-speed pitch down and away. They call that a sword on the internet.
Yeah, Waugh, another one of Clark's Ks.
That's right. Here's the 0-1. Ball in the dirt. 1-1. 1-1 here to Waugh, who also struck out against Clark in the first inning. Here's the 1-1. Fouled straight back at us, right into your living room or wherever you're watching the game on Big Train TV, which we thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in all season. Again, can't
Seriously,
believe it,
yes.
but this is the start of the final 2 weeks of the season, last week of the
Crazy.
regular season. Just cannot believe it.
1-2, ball in the dirt, 2-2. Yeah, I know. It's been, it's wild. I remember looking at the schedule at the beginning of the season being like, wow, we have so many games.
Yeah, I
It's
was
going
like,
to take
this is gonna
forever,
feel
and now
forever.
we're here at the end.
So sad.
Not yet. Got a championship to win. 2-2. Fastball inside corner, strike 3. Waugh down looking. Excellent performance by Luke Baker out of the bullpen. He does consolidate that break, and at the end of 3, it is Big Train 2, Thunderbolts 1. I'm going to sign off here for at least a little bit. Allie, thank you for letting me hang out with you.
Oh, of course. Anytime. Who knows? Maybe you'll be back.
Maybe I'll be back. Who knows?
It's only the third inning.
It's only the third inning. We've got a long way to go. And also, thanks for Allie for being a good sport. While Nick, who again we miss, he will be coming back from COVID, though, for the playoff push this week, we hope. We're planning on it. And coming up next, I believe, is one of our other Kirkchin fellows, Ian Decker, who's been on, who will provide A-plus analysis. So thank you all for letting me hang out, and go Big Train.
Top of the fourth, and a pitching change for the Thunderbolts. Now on the mound is Ryo Fabre, one of the T-Bolts utility players. I feel like we've seen him kind of everywhere over the course of this season. And in the booth with me now is Ian Decker. Ian, welcome back.
Yeah, thank you, Allie. Good to be back. Third time in the past week as we continue to cover for Nick. Thanks for having me.
Of course, that one hit deep into center field. Garrett going to get there. First pitch, first out for Ryo Fabre. Schiavone was at the plate. I don't even think I got a chance to say that. But coming up now will be Trey Wingett.
I don't know if you guys mentioned this on the broadcast earlier, but Jason Schiavone is back to wearing batting gloves.
We did. I did mention that because now I really noticed it. You're the one who told me about his little superstition lately. But, yeah, he is wearing them. Trey walked in his last at-bat, a 1-0 count to him here. In for 1-1 now from Fabre. Ryo Fabre from Marymount. It's a redshirt senior from Clarksburg, Maryland. And again, a 1-2 count now to Trey Wingett. On deck, we'll be back to the top of the order with Garrett Felix.
And Wingett with 4 doubles on the season and 9 hit by pitches. Earlier in the season, it seemed like he was getting hit, and it looks like we might have another hit pitch. My apologies, Trey.
I think Ian just manifested that one a little bit, spoke it into existence. Trey Wingett has, I mean, you were on track to say this, had not been hit by a pitch in a while, was plagued with them in the first couple weeks of the season, but gonna take his base.
On-base percentage for Trey is looking pretty good tonight.
Seriously. I cannot believe that just happened.
Maybe we should buy a lottery ticket or something. Feeling pretty lucky.
So Felix at the plate now, still just the 1 out. Trey on first. Felix showing bunt. Gonna be a ball to get started.
And you know, with Nowak's injury here, it's great to have the depth that the Big Train has. Garrett Felix has DH'd a lot this season. He's played in the infield as well, a couple games in the outfield, but Nowak is hurt, and Felix comes in to play this game.
Lays that bunt down successfully. Felix charging to first. Isn't going to get there, but Wingett will advance into scoring position. So 2 outs on the board for DM Jefferson. Jefferson was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat, so the other one of this game. Fabre ready for the first pitch. In for ball 1. So a bit of a rain delay, but nothing too crazy. Field looks like it's in pretty good shape.
Yeah, you know, the rain kind of held off there a little bit. The officiating crew saw lightning, so they gave a 30-minute delay, and we're back at it.
Fabre going to fake a little pickoff attempt to second, step off the mound, but getting ready now to face Jefferson again. I don't even think we waited the full 30 minutes, so the lightning was pretty far, and then the rain completely stopped, and it's cooled down a little, which is nice. The 1-0, chopped foul in front of the plate for strike 1. Ian, what have you been up to before you came on the call? What was your role? Social media?
Yep. Yeah, I was kind of switching off with Bennett doing social media. I will be joining for a couple innings here, and then you'll get another guest. Bennett will hop on, and we'll switch back to social media again.
Keeping the viewers on their toes this week. They never know who they're going to get. Obviously me, but besides that. The 1-1 to Jefferson, grounded to first. Jefferson complaining about that. Ump's going to have a little deliberation.
Looks pretty clear that it hit DM Jefferson's foot, so it should not have been in play. The Thunderbolts are running off the field. Yeah,
Trey staying put because DM looking to appeal this one, but yeah, Thunderbolts ready to go. They're going to say it's out number 3. So Jefferson Gonna head back to the dugout. That'll do it for the top of the fourth. Score still 2-1 in favor of the Big Train. When we come back, it'll be the Thunderbolts bats. Welcome back. Bottom of the fourth, Luke Baker still on the mound for the Big Train. A really good 1-2-3 inning for him in the bottom of the third. He'll be facing the first baseman, Beck Urofsky, for the Thunderbolts. First one drops beautifully. Count 0-1 to get started for Luke Baker. Luke Baker was just telling Ian, not wearing his normal glasses, so must have contacts in.
Yeah, we're going to have to ask him about that after the game.
The 0-1 grounded in the infield. TJ Rogers going to come to pick it up with his bare hand, but bobbles it, drops it, and Beck Urofsky going to reach first.
You know, even for a great fielder like TJ Rogers, that's a really hard play to make. Ground's probably still a little bit slick, you know, gets the ball a bit wet, can't quite get a grip on it.
So Rogers, again, like Ian said, a good hustle in on the grass, but couldn't quite make it happen. So Gary Garrett going to come to the plate with Urofsky on first. Count 1-0 to start. Baker, the 1-0 to Garrett, in strike one.
And you know, as the Big Train have been doing this entire season, the rotating trio of catchers that we have, and you know, we talked about this the other day, but each one is such a good defensive catcher, you know, getting their body in front of balls, you know, going for the steals. Jason Schiavone tonight's given them a real solid game behind the plate.
Yeah, he has. I've been very impressed across the league with the defense from the catchers, but especially our guys are never missing the opportunity to throw a guy out. No hesitation. The 2-1 becomes 3-1 for Luke Baker. On deck is Kelly, who had a single in his last at-bat, so one of the 3 hits from Brandon Clark. Baker to Garrett. That one chopped in front of the plate. Baker going to pick it up and toss it to Sean Lane. Throw goes wild over Sean Lane's glove. Urofsky going to advance all the way to third. Big Train infield struggling a bit here.
That was a really tough play to make. He got a little bit turned around. Back was to the play for most of that sequence and just airmailed the ball a little bit there.
So Connor Kelly will come to the plate with no outs and runners in the corners for the Thunderbolts.
As the sun is trying to peek out a little bit.
Yeah, it's getting kind of nice here. Sorry, forgot to move the camera back. Michael was doing such a good job with that when he was here. We know you guys at home want to see the picture, so hopefully this will help and you can see Luke a little bit better. Again, angle not ideal up here at Silver Spring, but it's the last time you'll have to deal with it, so bear with us. That one drops in. Count 0-1 to get started against Kelly.
I heard you guys earlier talking about the fact that Silver Spring is the one team that has not beating the Big Train.
Yep.
These teams are pretty familiar with each other. They were on the same squad in the All-Star game.
Pick-off attempt, and caught running in between was Garrett, and they'll get him. Good play there, Luke Baker. I like the strat.
Not too shabby. And most importantly, they got the out second. They kept the runner at third. It's a pretty good play. Sean Lane with displaying his patience there at first, waiting so that the guy on third couldn't sneak home, and then throwing out Garrett at second.
Yeah, Luke looking real confident out there on the mound now that he has that first out. An 0-1 count to Kelly. Fires the 0-1. 1-1 now. Baker, the 1-1. That one popped foul for strike 2.
Eliciting a bunch of oohs from the crowd. You know, always got to watch out for foul ball if you're in foul ball territory.
Foul balls were crazy yesterday at Charlie Povich. Those things were landing on the concourse like I've never seen. And a couple, they really were targeting the Brewsters line. So trying to put Brewsters out of business, I guess. The 1-2 out for 2-2 now. I was just like, Bennett and I think Bennett at that point was in the booth with me. Had multiple people in the booth with me yesterday, of course, but was joking that we got to give people helmets at Povich. Walk on the concourse at your own risk.
Yeah, for real, especially back there. It's hard to see the play.
The 2-2 popped up again. Tracking it is Petre, and he makes the catch. Petre came all the way over by the third base bag to get his glove on that one.
And Urofsky is still just standing around looking at third. See if the Big Train can get the final out here in the bottom of the fourth.
Baker will have to face Jack Catrone now, who had the RBI double in the bottom of the second that brought home the lone run on the board for the Thunderbolts. Baker, first pitch to Catrone. That one popped up. Schiavone looking back. Might go in the stands. It does. Oh, lots of commotion up there. Hoping everyone's all right. But strike one.
Catrone is a really good batter. Patient. He gets a good read on the ball. And he was an all-star this past season for the Ripken League.
Yeah, he's a sneaky threat in this number 8 spot in the order for the Thunderbolts. Baker, the 0-1 to Catrone. Swing and a miss. Count 0-2. Great stuff from Luke Baker. Again, looking much better after the little play in the infield that got Garrett. Baker nods his head yes to Schiavone. Fires the 0-2, and down swinging goes Jack Catrone. A great rebound from Luke Baker, leaving Urofsky stranded out there on third, and the Big Train still have a 2-1 lead as we enter the bottom of the fifth. When we come back, it'll be Emilian Petre leading off. Welcome back. Top of the 5th, and Emilian Pitre leading off. Ryo Fabre still on the mound for the Thunderbolts. First pitch to Pitre, way out for a ball. Thank you, Ian.
You bet. Trying to get you that angle of the pitcher here. It's kind of hard the way it's set up.
The 1-0 to Pitre, again outside on the left, count 2-0. On deck is John Kramer in the hole, TJ Rogers.
Pitre still batting 400 in 105 at bats. Just
so good.
It's incredible what he's doing this season.
2-0. Again, almost the exact same pitch, 3 straight balls for Ryo Fabre. Fabre, the 3-0, and again, high and away. That's ball 4, a 4-pitch walk to Pitre, and not the ideal start for Fabre on the mound.
It'll be his 16th walk of the season. He's patience personified. If he doesn't like a pitch, he's laying off it. And right there, he takes the base.
So Pitre on first will bring up John Kramer. Reached on a fielder's choice in his first at-bat and then walked in his second, but was left stranded out on the base path after the big train couldn't bring anything more home. Fabre, first pitch to Kramer, well hit, back goes flying. It's going to drop in the right field corner. Pitre rounding all the way. Coach G giving him the go-ahead to come all the way home. So Kramer out at second, couldn't make it there, but the big train tack on another run, and that was kind of a crazy hit. The bat just spun around and dropped on the right field side. It broke, and Owen's still going to get it. He's so committed to his job.
He's an all-star bat boy, that Owen. And it's weird, you know, initially it looked like the bat slipped out of Kramer's hand, but it broke so far down the bat that it looked like that. And Owen's going to collect it, and Kramer with another RBI.
So big train now lead 3-1. TJ Rogers at the plate. Gonna move that over. TJ is a lefty. Ball 2 to Rogers. Fabre, the 2-0, third straight ball. Fabre, the 3-0 to Rogers, bounces in the dirt, and another 4-pitch walk.
Fabre is struggling with control here. He got a 4-pitch walk to Pitre, and then Rogers now does the same. He's looking a little wild. Pitches have been in the dirt.
Yeah, I mean, he got the nice support from his defense to get Kramer out and make sure there wasn't anyone on, but the big train have had 2 runners on this inning, both of those 4-pitch walks, like you just said, so not ideal for Fabre. He's going to attempt to pick off Rogers, can't do so. So, gonna start the at-bat to Sean Lane. Fabre. Into Lane. Ball. And the wheels on Emilian Pitre, we didn't even mention it yet. That was such speed to come all the way home.
And really, I mean, once Kramer got a hold of that into right field, Pitre was gone from first to home, and you know, standing up, couldn't even make a play in it.
Lane comfortable here, ahead 2-0. Fabre fires in there, his first strike in a while, fighting back here against Sean Lane.
Rogers on first with 3 stolen bases on this season. Big Train have been very generous in their stealing attempts this season, so see if he goes, but he's taken a generous lead off the bag.
Fabre, the 2-1. That one chopped foul toward third base, so count evens. Yeah, the big train almost always running, and it's not just a couple guys. It's basically top to bottom. The entire order will do it. Obviously, some less than others, but I think we've seen every guy probably at least attempt. The 2-2 to Lane almost goes wild. A huge throw from Kelly to Urofsky at first, but TJ back just in time. A great defensive play from Connor Kelly behind the plate.
We were just talking about stolen bases. The Big Train have 89 total attempts on the season.
Yeah.
And 66 of which have been successful.
So a full count now for Sean Lane. Another pickoff attempt for TJ Rogers. Diving back safely. They are keeping him on his toes.
Looked like he might have gotten a little bit of dirt in the face there, getting a little check-in from first baseman Urofsky.
Fabre, quick glance over to Rogers. He's still taking his lead, but he'll send in the 3-2 to Sean Lane. It goes wild, but obviously a walk. So Rogers going to advance to second, Sean Lane to first, and bring up Clay Wargo.
Always fun to have a game where you have multiple catchers in. Schiavone is manning the plate tonight while Wargo gets DHing duties.
Yeah, all three of our catchers can kind of do it all. They've all had their moments at bat. Clay, a really good contact hitter. Jason's had a couple home runs. Baylor's had a couple home runs. And then behind the plate, they're just excellent. So it's been really fun to watch them. Jason also sometimes plays in the outfield.
Baylor even got a spot start.
Yeah, that one time. Fabre, first pitch to Wargo in for strike one.
I'm hoping that maybe one of these games we could get all three of them
in
the
at one
order.
time.
Yeah,
that'd be really fun.
See if you could have some positional flexibility here. Schiavone, obviously, shortstop, made the transition to catcher recently, but it'd be fun to see all three of them playing at once.
Yeah. The 0-1 to Wargo. That one goes wild. Runner's going to advance. So now Lane on second, Rogers on third.
Fabre giving Connor Kelly behind the plate the universal sign for my bad, patting his chest with his open hand, signifying that it was his fault there. It was a pitch low in the dirt, and Kelly did what he could, but it still got past him.
The 1-1 to Wargo in for strike two. So that a pass ball, not a wild pitch.
Yep.
That one way out for ball two. So count going to even here to Clay Wargo. Again, just one out on the board.
Fabre's making life difficult for Kelly back here. You know, he's a couple of 4-ball walks, and he's been throwing stuff low, and Kelly's really been doing what he can, shuffling from side to side to keep his team in it.
The 2-2 way out for another ball, and another full count for Ryo Fabre. Back-to-back full counts. Sean Lane had one as well, and should he walk Clay Wargo here, it'll be the fourth walk of the inning for Ryo Fabre. So a bit of a sticky situation, would also load the bases. Fabre, the 3-2. Down looking goes Clay Wargo, and Ryo Fabre gets the second out. It'll bring up another catcher, like we said, Jason Schiavone.
Schiavone here, another player on the Big Train who is super patient at the plate. Seems to be a common factor with all these guys. He walks in about a third of his at-bats this season, so his on-base percentage is looking pretty good, and patient, and, you know, he gets on base.
First pitch to Schiavone in for strike one, and Fabre doing a good job getting ahead early. He has seen some full counts, but finding the zone better than he was earlier with the 4-pitch walks to Petre and Rogers. Again, Rogers still out there on third, and on second is Sean Lane. Another one into Schiavone, count 0-2, and now ahead even more. Fabre settles on the pitch. The windup, fires the 0-2 to Schiavone, and he goes down swinging. So Ryo Fabre gets himself out of a jam with back-to-back Ks. TJ Rogers and Sean Lane left stranded out there. The Big Train, though, tack on another run on an RBI from John Kramer that brought home Emilian Pitre. So good stuff from the train. When we come back, it'll be the bottom of the 5th with the Thunderbolts bats. Welcome back. Luke Baker still on the mound. Starts with some heat. A swing and a miss from center fielder Carboni to start his at-bat. It's the bottom of the 5th now. That one in for ball 1, so count evens. Big Train leading 3-1 here as we enter the bottom of the 5th. Still me, Allie, and Ian still here. Luke Baker, the 1-1. Another clean swing, no contact from Carboni, and count 1-2. Carboni did strike out in his last at-bat.
And Baker's motion is just so fluid, the way he gets his throw off.
Really is. 2-2 now. We're just talking about it when Michael was on the call, but Baker just recently announced that he'll be transferring, and I think, you know, as a lot of these guys have been in the transfer portal and now know where they're going, they're feeling much more confident. That one fouled off behind us. Count still 2-2.
And you know what better way to showcase your talents than play some summer ball, and Luke Baker's given the Big Train some really great innings this season.
That he has. The 2-2. That one hit in front. Carboni running. Baker going to try and get it to Sean Lane. He can't. Just a bit out of position, and Carboni going to reach on an infield single.
It's a very similar to hit that we saw last inning, that, you know, just kind of down that first base line. It's kind of hugging the dirt there. Really hard to make a play on, and Baker this time opts to just hang on to it as opposed to try to make the play at first.
I'll bring up Bobby Leitzel. Some serious wheels on Carboni there. That was speedy to get to first. Baker, first pitch to Leitzel. He shows bunt, lays it down successfully. Baker going to chuck it over to first for the out.
That's a good pick by Sean Lane there. The ball was a little bit in the dirt, but Lane corralled it for the first out of the inning.
So Carboni going to advance to second. But, yeah, I agree. Sean Lane just got his glove on that almost perfectly to make sure that the out did happen. There was some speed from Leitzel. So now it'll be Casey Gibbs, the second baseman, at the plate. First pitch, a ball. That one in high. 2 balls now for Luke Baker to Casey Gibbs. And still Carboni out there on second.
You know, that pick by Sean Lane just now made me think, for you, I want you to take Garrett Felix and Sean Lane. I will take TJ Rogers and Emilian Pitre. What do you love about the right side of our infield?
Okay. I think that, oh gosh. Well, I think Garrett's obviously just so speedy and, you know, not the tallest guy necessarily, but he's so athletic, and that one catch that he had earlier this game just really showed it. He kind of popped up, got his glove on it perfectly. I also think Garrett's just a really smart player, so that's what I like about Garrett. Sean, I like that he goes to the University of Maryland. I know you like that too.
Gotta love a Terp.
But in terms of his playing, I really liked him over there in the corner. I think that he's been really smart as well, kind of takes his lead when he should, and also make sure that he's there when he is needed. That's going to be a walk for Gibbs, going to take his base at first. So I think I like the strategy from those two guys. Now you go.
Yeah, absolutely. Starting with Pitre, I think, you know, Manning short right there. It's obviously there's a lot of space, but what Pitre does so well is he gets really good jumps on hits. You know, whether it's he takes kind of like this little shuffle approach. In his positioning, he's always in the right spot to make a play. And of course, TJ Rogers has a cannon for an arm. You know, he turns a lot of easy plays that I think other players might not make.
Lane making a catch there in foul territory off the first pitch from Jenkins, so that'll be out number 2. 2 runners still on for the Thunderbolts, and Nathan Waugh coming to the plate. He's been very cold today, down swinging and down looking in his 2 at-bats. Both of those, one of those from Clark, one of those from Baker. First pitch to Waugh, ball 1.
Waugh batting .295 on the season. Pretty solid batter here at the plate.
Hits that one. TJ can't get there. Coming all the way around is Carboni. DM chucks it into Schiavone, but Thunderbolts, Carboni going to be safe, and that's another run. It's now a 1-run ball game. A nice hit from Waugh, who'd been cold, but just as Ian was talking about his stats, he makes something happen at bat. So now runners in the corners for the Thunderbolts, bringing up back Urofsky.
Yeah, and that's the 21st RBI in the season for Waugh. Made some great contact there. Rogers almost had a play at it, just snuck under his glove there.
Two out still for Luke Baker. First pitch to Urofsky, ball 1. Waugh heating up at just the right time. Again, Thunderbolts only team in this league to have never beaten the Big Train. Most teams have only done it once, but Thunderbolts, none. Ball 2 to Urofsky.
You know, on that last hit, it was unfortunate because Jefferson had to make up a lot of ground. The grass is pretty high here in the outfield. Took a lot of the speed off it, and I think if that were hit in the air, I think Jefferson definitely would have made that play.
Yeah, I know the players do not like the grass at this field. Urofsky pops that one up. TJ coming in to call it, and he makes the catch. That's out number 3. So the Thunderbolts tack on another run, but the Big Train still a 3-2 lead as we enter the top of the 6th. Welcome back. Top of the sixth. The Big Train lead 3-2. Leading off will be Trey Wingett. And a new pitcher for the Thunderbolts is Dean Wandell. And a special guest with us in the booth. Not really a booth, but, you know, on the broadcast. Colton Hegwood. Colton, thanks for coming on.
Oh, thank y'all for having me.
So, Colton, one of our two players from Louisiana Tech. So you knew Baylor coming in. How's it been playing with a teammate here in Bethesda?
Oh, it's been great. It was kind of a little jump. I didn't know many people going into this, so knowing him, I knew a guy from Ole Miss, so like I had people to talk to when I got here, and then we all meshed really well, so came around great.
That's awesome. So again, Trey leading off here for the Big Train, still just leading by 1. Wandell, first pitch in to Trey Wingett. So who'd you know from Ole Miss?
Braden Jones.
You knew Braden?
Yeah.
Cool. Did you know him from like home or high school?
Yeah, same hometown area. I'm
Okay,
from
cool.
Brandon. He's from Madison. It's about 20 minutes apart.
Did you ever play him in high school?
I did play him in high school. He did not pitch against us, but I also played with him in summer balls growing up.
Oh, so fun. We had Kai on here the other day, and Ian was with me, and he was talking about how he actually had to like face Peyton,
Yeah.
which was pretty funny. Trey gonna charge to first, out. Nice hustle from Wandell to get to the bag. So 1 out for the Big Train, and that'll bring up Garrett Felix.
Colton, what's it been like this summer just getting to know these guys? You mentioned gelling with the team. What's that been like?
Yeah, it's been awesome. We got guys all over the country, even a million coming from Canada, and just we're all really similar, like just playing the game, and a lot of us have like the same ideas, same thoughts. I think it just comes from being out there so much and being out there with each other. We think alike.
Yeah, that's awesome. Every guy who's come on, I kind of say you guys seem to have really good team chem, which is great. Both in the dugout and the bullpen, and then, you know, I think it says a lot when guys are coming to sit in the dugout with you guys during the game, and you guys hang out in the pen, and everyone just seems to get along really well, which is awesome, and part of the reason you guys are so successful.
Definitely.
1-1 here to start to Garrett Felix. So we've kind of asked everybody this, and I've had mostly pitchers on with me because, you know, it's more certain that, like, they're not going to play, but who is your favorite guy to watch hit on this team?
On this team, I really like watching DM hit.
Okay, yeah, good choice.
He starts like hands kind of low, they come back, and I feel like he generates a lot of power, hits the ball on a line really well, and is able to drive it.
2-1 in for 2-2 now to Garrett. Yeah, DM has been so impressive. A couple home runs on the season.
10 RBIs, 65 at bats. You know, he's really going to work at the plate.
I mean, all of you guys are, but he has been really a force in that number 2 spot where he'll come up next. That one chopped foul toward the first base side. So Garrett going to stay alive here. And then pitching-wise, who's your favorite to watch?
I love it when Ryan Sanders is on the mound.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Yeah, he's not throwing it as hard as some of our guys, but he's consistent. He puts it where he wants it and gets the job done every time.
Yeah, I think that's Ian and I's favorite, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We've talked about this.
We've commented on is just how calm and composed he is. I mean, you know, he gives up a hit or two, maybe walks a guy. You know, the other game he gave up a solo home run and then locked down for the rest of the game. So I just think his ability to battle back, and, you know, some pitchers let that get to their head. They kind of spiral. He is just a next pitch, next at bat kind of player, and that's really fun to watch.
Definitely. He's definitely a competitor, and something that, like, not everybody gets to see. Like, on the field, he's locked in. He looks calm and composed, but he's locked in. And, like, you can see, like, he's got the fight in him and everything you want.
Back-to-back outs there. Garrett grounded that one to the second baseman, and
here's your favorite batter.
Yeah,
right.
here's Jefferson. So going to try and keep the train alive here with 2 outs. But, yeah, even, like, I think every pitcher, when something happens, all of them on this team kind of come back even stronger. Like, Ryan, for example, gave up that home run the other night and then literally came out and, like, was unreal right after. So they don't really let anything phase them, which is really awesome and exactly what you want from your guy on the mound. So
the last time out, too, or not the last time, but he pitched here recently and he had 10 strikeouts.
10 strikeouts.
And just worked a phenomenal game.
That was ridiculous.
That game was, I think it was 6 no-hit, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a really impressive performance from him. That was, like, end of June, and then he didn't pitch again until this week. it was a long break for Ryan
Yeah.
Sanders.
Got a little work in the All-Star game.
True.
Just fun to watch him play in that.
1-1 becomes 2-1 to DM.
All right, Colton, here's one for you. How did you develop your walk-up, your at-bat? I know that you take a step in and you kind of do like a little cross and then a tap on the bag and you have the hand up. How'd you develop that?
So a lot of us, like, you can tell when we go up there, we all have a routine, and I think just the routine comes from, like, repetition, doing it over and over, because baseball is just a game of repetition, and you got to have the same thing every time. You want your swing to be the same, so, like, we always learn, like, everything going up to it, might as well make it the same. So walk around the back, arm swing over the head with the bat, just get loose, take a dry swing, feel my swing, and then get in the box. I draw a cross. It's just part of my faith and what I believe in, and I get to, like, share that with people like now. And then after I draw the cross, touch plate, both sides, and then I'm ready to go.
That's awesome. So that'll be out number 3. DM gonna hit that one straight to the second baseman, Gibbs. But that's really cool. I've noticed that too, but I have not asked you about it. So
It's always a fun question, you know,
Yeah.
because like you're saying, everyone has a little bit different. Garrett Felix tears up the outside of the
Yep.
box.
Yep.
DM has a very distinctive one too. Sean Lane is kind of chopping a little bit. It's fun to see how everyone has a little bit different of kind of their approach, because it makes sense. You know, you want to have it in your head that you're going up there. It's the same thing again and again.
Yeah.
So you knew Baylor coming in. Are there any other Louisiana Tech guys in this league?
I don't think there are.
I don't think there are either. I have some friends working in the Cape, and one of them, Bria, if you're listening, you're definitely not because you're at work too, but her favorite player on her team goes to Louisiana Tech.
Oh, really?
His name's Cole McConnell.
Yes, yep.
Yeah, so
Our center fielder.
he plays for the Harbor Hawks, and she was like, I love our player from Louisiana Tech. And I was like, oh, we have 2 awesome guys from Louisiana Tech, so that's really cool. But does Sal, like, have a connection with the school? Like, I'm always interested to see how you guys kind of end up here.
Yeah, Sal knows our head coach really well. I believe he knows our assistant coach really well, too. And just their trust for each other, they send guys back and forth, and whenever they have a guy for each other, they'll let him know.
That's
How
really
has it been
awesome.
working with Sal this summer? Getting to know him.
It's been good. Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. I feel like all the coaches are so awesome, and obviously, you're not a pitcher, so you don't work directly with him, but Coach Lopez makes us laugh every time he laughs. So
Great human being.
We're big fans of the Lopez laugh. And did Luke put his glasses back on?
He did.
We were noticing Luke wasn't wearing his glasses, and I was like, maybe he got contacts.
Yeah, I was actually talking to him in the dugout right before this, and he said that last inning he was going to go out there, no glasses, just for one more inning, because they've been fogging up on him.
Oh, okay.
So,
It is really humid.
Yeah.
So could he see?
He could see well enough.
Okay.
Well enough.
Okay.
I think that just adds to the legend of Luke Baker.
Seriously,
he's
my
working
gosh,
these
this guy can do
phenomenal
it all.
innings with limited vision.
Bottom of the 6th now, Thunderbolts bats. It's Gary Garrett at the plate. Thunderbolts still just down by 1. Baker, ball 1 to get started. That's so funny that he just took him off. I really thought, I was like, maybe Luke got contacts. But he's just going for it, I guess. Second pitch to Garrett, swing and a miss. Count 1-1. Has Luke given y'all any, like, wisdom being a big train veteran?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit?
A little bit.
And Jack, too. Jack Weeks played here in 2019, so 2 guys coming back, which is cool. The 1-1, 2-1. Have you tried his hot dog?
I have not.
It's really good. I tried also. Catalyst sent us up the Schiavone dog yesterday, and that was good. And I didn't expect it to be good, to be honest. 2-1 fouled back. Like, marinara on a hot dog sounded gross, but I kind of liked it.
What is the Luke Baker hot dog?
Oh, it's like cheese and like bacon and like something else.
Sounds
I don't
pretty
know.
good.
I liked it, and I don't really like loaded hot dogs. So full count now to Garrett. It's the cool hand Luke. Backwards K. Cool. Reverse K. So creative over there at Catalyst. Luke told us that he had been working last season to get something to happen, and it didn't. So when he came back, kind of knew he had to get a hot dog. Anyway, ball 4. So Gary Garrett going to take his base on a walk. The second of the game for Luke Baker, bringing up Connor Kelly, the catcher. So Colton, you have the night off tonight. How's that?
It's good.
It's good.
Yeah, I enjoy we have a few days on, and then we'll have a day off. And we don't have a set rotation for our middle infield because obviously you got Felix, who's a UT guy,
Yeah.
plays outfield, infield. TJ, middle infielder, corner guy too. And then me, Warren, and Emilian Petre all in the middle. So we get good days off, but also a bunch of playing time too.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, you guys play like almost every day, so no shortage of field time. Anyways, that one laid down bunt successfully by Kelly. It'll advance Garrett to second, but Baker scooped it up, tossed it to Sean Lane for the first out, and Jack Catrone now coming up to bat.
Well, I want to ask you, the other night Ryan was on the mound, and there was kind of a hook bloop shot that went, and it looked like you tracked, 40-some yards, and you made a sliding catch. Can you just take us through that play and what was going through your mind?
Yeah, let's see. I think that was later in the game.
Yep.
And
About the 6th inning.
yeah. So it was getting dark. I knew it was tough to see, so we were trying to get good jumps like off the bat. Just anything in the air, get a good jump on it, see it well, point it out to each other so we don't something happen, somebody miss, So I saw it, and just as soon as I saw it hit, I'm like, I got to go try to get that. And just did everything I could just to run as fast as I can and go over there and get it, and it worked out well.
It did work out well. Garrett came in, caught that one in the infield for the second out. Carboni fouls that one back toward us. Count 0-1.
And that's, last night DM Jefferson had a great sliding catch out in center. What's it like playing with the team of defensive players who are really capable? I mean, you heard us talking earlier about kind of the right and left side and how strong defensively they are. What's it like playing on a team like that?
Yeah, it's very enjoyable. Any way you flip it, anybody you put out there, we're pretty much going to get the job done defensively. It feels like we have trust in every one of each other, so that feels good, knowing that you can just trust the next guy behind you.
Yeah, Baker the 1-1 to Carboni, grounded toward the Big Train dugout for foul and strike 2. And, talking, yesterday, post-game interview that I did was with Merritt, and he had a phenomenal pitching performance but had to give a shout-out to the defense and was like, it's really easy to get out on the mound and do your stuff when you have a defense this good backing you. So I think you guys have such a good relationship with all your pitchers, and you really have instilled confidence in them and helped them kind of have the performance that they've been having this year. So it's just really great to see. It's always a two-way street. So
Yeah.
Baker now 2-2 to Justin Carboni.
And I guess, Colton, while we have you here, have your walk-up songs always been consistent?
Wait, I just want to say I'm a big fan of your walk-up songs. I think I mention it every single time. I'm like, it's Desperado and it's Colton, and I really vibe with that. So, and the Cardi B.
I have been thinking about changing the Desperado, but
I really like it. But okay, do what you need to do.
Have those been your songs for a while, or is it just were those the ones you picked for this summer?
They haven't. These are just the ones I picked for this summer. Almost every year that I've been able to pick one, I've picked a different one just to switch it up. And if something happens in college where, like, I'm known by a certain song, then I would keep it the same. But for the most part, I think I'll switch it up.
Yeah, well, if you need to switch Desperado, that's okay, but just know that I really like it. Anyways, Colton, thank you so much for joining us. Clearly some sort of good luck because your team had quite the inning while you were in the booth with us. Luke Baker ends with a strikeout to Carboni, his 4th of the night, and keeps the score 3-2. When we come back, it'll be the top of the 7th. Emilian Petre leading off. But Colton, thanks again.
No problem. Thank you all.
What's
Welcome back. Top of the 7th. Bennett Solomon now joining me in the booth, and it's Emilian Pitre at the plate. He fouled that one off to start for strike 1. Does it again for strike 2. Bennett, welcome back.
hello, hello. I said it could be my last time yesterday, and obviously it's not. So
So, yeah, Bennett's back. You never know when it might be your last call, but yesterday was not the day for you. So
nope, I'm taking advantage of all the opportunities I can get.
Pitre an 0-2 count here to lead off the top of the 7th. That one in, hit well, but foul again toward the Big Train bullpen. Count still 0-2. In there, grounded. First baseman has it. Pitcher coming over, misses the throw, so Pitre going to be safe at first. It's Ryan Quadros on the mound now for the Thunderbolts, replacing Wandell after his 1 inning of work. So Quadros just tried to get there, but the throw from Yurovsky.
A little disappointed to see Wandell only work 1 inning tonight. He's one of my really good friends. So it was
Oh, okay. I was like, yeah, I thought he was good, but no, Bennett has a personal connection.
I do.
First pitch to John Kramer, smacked up. Infield tracking it. Third baseman makes the catch. Good job from Lightsell to get there, and that is the first out.
LA Pop Flies have been a little iffy for, I think, everyone tonight. You know, we saw earlier that the first baseman kind of caught it on his side as well, and then third baseman right there also just caught it on his side.
Yeah, maybe the grass a little wet, slippery. I'm not really sure, but
I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
You never know. Feet are unsteady. Glove is unsteady. I don't know. Anyways, TJ Rogers at the plate now. That one a ball to get started from Quadros. Again, Emilian Pitre still out there on first. Wandell had a 1-2-3 inning too, so I'm surprised to see that they took him out.
He's actually coming back from an injury.
That's what I was just about to say. Maybe he's got a limit. So Bennett with the insider info confirming that Wandell does have an injury, but he did a good job.
Oh, yeah. Threw strikes. Did what he had to do. Fish an inning. Making the big train. Put it in play. I say it probably too much. But
So Quadros, a 2-0 count now to Rogers. Fires. That one fouled back.
Seen a lot of fastballs from Quadros so far. Obviously, I think the viewers can see what type of angle we have, and I enjoy this angle a little more just because I can see the movement of the pitch.
Yeah. But the view at home we know is not the best. Again, last time you'll have to deal with this. The 2-1 to Rogers, ball 3. Tomorrow we'll be back home at Shirley Povich taking on the DC Grays one last time. Tuesday we'll be on the road against the Giants for one last time. Wednesday off, and then Thursday a doubleheader against the Alexandria Aces. You're not going to want to miss that one. The 3-1 to Rogers, ball 4. I'm looking a little hesitant there, but yes, ball 4. TJ going to take his base. Walk for the second at-bat in a row, and that'll advance Emilian Pitre and bring up Sean Lane.
And the catcher looked back at the umpire right there, kind of confused why he didn't get that strike call, but TJ Rogers finds himself on first base with a base on balls.
So Sean Lane at the plate now. Emilian Pitre on second. TJ Rogers on first. 1 out for the train. Little mound visit from Kelly. Going to talk to Quadros. Figured some stuff out.
Well, I think Sean Lane probably should have had a double in his first at-bat, but what a play by Ian Jenkins in that.
Yeah.
And I think it was the second inning, but he walked up to the plate with gray instead of, with some gravel on his jersey instead of dirt, as the warning track is. Gravel out there.
Yeah, that was the second inning. It was a huge deep hit from Sean Lane. Hopefully he can channel some of that, get something to land. Quadros 1-0 here to Lane. Quadros, the 1-0, another ball.
Quadros is missing outside with his fastball mostly.
The 2-0 to Lane. That one deep into left field. Emilian Pitre rounding third, getting the go-ahead to come all the way home. Rogers sliding in safe, and runners in the corners. An RBI single for Sean Lane.
That's got to be cool for Sean Lane. Sean Lane's parents are here tonight.
They are. Came up to us before and said they love the broadcast, which just made my heart happy. So thank you to the Lane family. Your son playing really well tonight. Tacks on another run. Pitre comes home.
Yeah, 2-0 count right there. Did not miss that fastball. Kind of caught the middle part of the plate, and he ripped it down the line. Usually on most fields that ball probably would have gone more into the corner, but this outfield grass is quite thick, so that just stopped once it hit the outfield.
Fabre, first pitch to Clay Wargo in for strike one. Runners in the corners now as Rogers advanced to third and Sean Lane at first after that single. Quadros in, charging to second is Sean Lane. He slides in safely, and TJ Rogers going to come home. Sean Lane playing like he knows his family's here. Oh my goodness, great stuff from him. We don't see him base run all that much.
No, we don't, but I think that was a play put on by Coach Sal. Once the catcher threw that, once that ball was released from the catcher's hand, TJ Rogers was sprinting home. No hesitation from him. So nice first and third play right there from the Big Train.
Yeah, great stuff from them, taking advantage of having runners on. 1-1 to Wargo. Did he come around? Yeah, strike two. So the 1-2 count for Clay Wargo. Quadros fires. Did he go? He didn't. Good job from Clay to hold back and count evens.
As an umpire at second base, I feel like it's kind of hard to see whether the batter swung or did not swing. Back here, I can't really tell, but I think Clay held up.
I think so, too. We're not biased at all.
No, not one bit.
So Quadros fires the 2-2 to Wargo. Low in the dirt, ball three, a full count.
Last three pitches have been sliders to Wargo.
There's clearly some sort of game happening at this complex.
Yeah,
I can hear an announcer.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, I think, on the football field behind us.
Montgomery Blair, the place to be tonight, I guess.
It's kind of odd. It's 8:15 or 8:30 on a
Sunday
night.
Yeah. So Sean Lane taking his lead at second. 3-2. Welcome back. So sorry to those of you at home. We completely cut out and lost all of our Wi-Fi connection, but we should be back now. It's the top of the seventh. Todd Mazzocchi is now on the mound for the Big Train. He started with a full count walk to Bobby Leitzel, so Leitzel's on first. And Gibbs is at the plate now for the Thunderbolts. Big Train still lead 5-2. In the zone there, so count now 1-1 to Gibbs.
Looks like the T-Bolts are going to be playing some situational baseball right here. Down one, going to want to get this guy over. They show him bunt on the last two pitches. So this is the Mazzocchi is facing the top of the T-Bolts order.
That he is. Showing bunt again is Gibbs. Count now 2-1. Mizoki gets that one to Gibbs. He shows bunt. Lane going to get there, but Mizoki can't get over to first in time. Lane holds the ball, no throw, and now 2 runners on for the Thunderbolts.
Big Train have kind of struggled on those plays. There's been about 3 plays that have, seen a ball that's chopped or bunted down the first base line, and Thunderbolts have gotten a base runner almost every time.
Yeah, you don't see the Big Train defense struggle much, but that has been a weak spot this evening, like you said. So Todd Mizoki, no outs, but he's got his teammate behind the plate, Jason Schiavone, a fellow Bulldog, right? They're the Bulldogs? JMU?
Dukes. They're the
Dukes, but it looks like a Bulldog, right?
It does look like a Bulldog.
Okay, I tried. Anyways, little JMU connection here. These guys roommates, right? Someone told me that the other day.
I'm not sure.
It wasn't you? Well, apparently Jason and Todd either were roommates this year or will be roommates next year. I'm not sure. Either way, play for the same team, so pretty cool to see them pitching and catching to each other right now. First pitch to Jenkins. Back toward us. Runners going to advance.
No, I don't know. I know it may not be the best decision here. However, we got the 3-hitter up for the T-Bolts. Now, if you intentionally walk them, obviously you avoid having to pitch to them. You bring the infield in, and it sets up a possibility of a double play. However, you could also trust Mizoki here. I trust all of our pitchers on this staff, so I think it seems like Sal's just going to stick with the runners on second and third situation with no outs.
Mizoki into Jenkins for another ball. Count 2-0 now. And yeah, I think, with the confidence the Big Train coaching staff has in its pitching group that, we find when the Train does find themselves in situations like this, it's more often than not that you just kind of trust the pitcher. Seems to be happening a bit now. Count now 3-0 to Jenkins.
Just a little confused right now. You got a guy on third. We're in the 7th inning. We're only up 1 run. Obviously, it looks like we have the corners in.
We're up by 3 runs, Bennett. What you talking about?
Oh, that's right. We are. Well, never mind then. Sorry about that.
Mizoki in, fighting back. Count 3-1.
Then forget the intentional walk. Mizoki, you got this.
Tom Mizoki, if you can hear us, which low-key he might be able to.
He might be able to hear us.
You got this. Mizoki sets the windup, the pitch, 3-1. That one hit by Jenkins. Petre makes the catch. Going to throw over to Lane at first, and he'll be out there. A run does come home, though, for the Thunderbolts. That was Leitzel. So Nathan Waugh going to come to the plate. But an out now on the board for 2 outs on the board for the Thunderbolts, no?
No, I believe it's just 1. Because we had the walk, the bunt single, and then the passed ball.
Yeah.
Good job by Mizoki there, battling back for a 3-0 count.
Yes. Get started with a ball to Nathan Waugh. So runners on just third. Just a runner on third. That is Gibbs. Waugh fouls that one back toward the net. Count 1-1.
Lost his bat right there. And it flew over the T-Bolts' third base coach.
Waugh gets his bat back from the third base coach, and a little moment here to reset. Mizoki, the 1-1, another ball low. Mizoki, the 2-1 to Wah. Ball 3.
It's hard to see that scoreboard, Allie.
Yeah, it is.
At
And
least it's hard
see
to
it
understand it.
Yeah, I was going to say, but the numbers are like not well lit.
I will say I do have the point streak up in front of me, so I'm.
Yeah. Wah pops that one up foul toward the T-Bolts dugout. Goes behind it. Count now full. Hopefully you at home don't have to deal with that scoreboard. You can see ours. It's 5-3. One runner on third. Full count, 1 out. All the details for you. I love this little thing.
It's cute.
It's cute. It is cute. So that'll be ball 4. Wah going to take his base, and runners in the corners now for the Thunderbolts. Beck Urofsky coming up to bat.
Got a Coach Lopez mound visit, Allie. Here we go. First one of the night.
Hopefully some good vibes coming out. Yeah, Mizoki, the third pitcher tonight for the Train, started with 2 innings of work from Brandon Clark and then 4 innings from Luke Baker.
You know, if the lightning delay didn't impact the game, Brandon Clark probably would have gone a few more. But
Yeah.
you know, it's hard as a pitcher to, you know, take a, 20, 30-minute break in between, those innings and then have to go back out there and throw again, warm up. It's tough on the arm, so not surprised to see Brandon worked his 2 innings of 1-run ball. Another solid outing from him.
Yeah, and also I think just considering the injury he's recovering from, the break gets even, the impact of the break magnifies even more. I mean, you really can't push that arm right now. And he had a good 2 innings, had 3 Ks, a walk, 3 hits, but just 1 run. Mizoki, that one hit deep into right center field. Urofsky going to round to first, and an RBI single brings home Gibbs. Now it is a 1-run ball game. Gary Garrett coming to the plate now, still just 1 out. Runners on second and first. That's Wah on second and Urofsky on first. Mizoki, a ball to get started to Gary Garrett.
And out of all the away games I've been to, I think the Thunderbolts kind of bring the best crowd out here.
I'd say it rivals the Crop Dusters.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Garrett fouls that one back. Thunderbolts do have real stands, which is helpful.
Comfy seats.
Yeah, they are. They're nice seats. It's not bleachers or anything. I think it's the only other stadium that has that. All the others are bleachers.
DC Grays obviously have a pretty good setup.
Oh, yeah, that too. But it's bleachers still, no?
Yeah. There's no seat backs.
Yeah. 1-1 to Garrett, ball 2.
And this is a big game for the Thunderbolts, Allie. They're trying to fight for a playoff spot as we begin the last week of the regular season.
That they are. 2-1 in 2-2. Mizoki evens it. And I've said this to Michael and Ian, but you're fresh ears, so would be the first time the Thunderbolts beat the Train this season. They're the only team in the league who haven't been able to take down the Train at least 1 time. Mizoki, the 2-2, full count.
Forgot the first time we played the Giants. They did beat us.
Yeah,
But
that's when the Giants were the best team in the league for a hot second.
No, I mean we've kind of had their number ever since, though.
Yeah, I didn't think we've mercy ruled them. They've kind of fallen off since that first week. The 3-2 and Garrett down swinging. Mizoki records a K when he needs it most. That's 2 outs on the board.
Yeah, that was a nice fastball there from Mizoki. He's got some tail, and his arm angle kind of helps there. It doesn't come from over the top as much. It comes from the side a little bit and allowing the ball to tail. Started in the middle of the zone there and tailed to that outside corner.
So hopefully he can take that K and use it for the confidence he needs to take care of Connor Kelly. Kelly had a nice single in his first at-bat, then flew out, and then a sac bunt in his last one. Mizoki starts behind 1-0. Mizoki, the 1-0, chopped right to him. Gonna toss it over to Sean Lane, and that's out number 3. Todd Mizoki gets himself out of a bit of a jam with 2 runners on. The Thunderbolts tack on another run, 2 more runs to make it a 1-run ball game, but the Train still lead 5-4 as we enter the top of the 8th. Welcome back, top of the 8th. Still on the mound for the Thunderbolts is Ryan Quadros from College of Charleston. And at the plate, Trey Wingett. Trey, swing and a miss to get started. Count 0-1. On deck, we'll be back at the top of the order with Garrett Felix.
Garrett Felix, we haven't seen a non-Luke Nowak leadoff hitter in a long time.
A long, long time. That one way off for ball 1.
Garrett Felix doing a good job there. I know he has a hit today, 1 or 2 hits today. Playing well up in that leadoff spot.
Yeah, I mean, he used to have it before Nowak arrived, when Nowak was still with ECU and tournament play. So maybe he remembers. He remembers what it was like back in the old days, before Luke's time.
Just only about 6 weeks ago.
The 2-1 to Trey, fouled back, hits the pole. Ryan doing such a good job cleaning up today for everybody.
The Thunderbolts have got to be relieved that they're not seeing him out on the mound right now. The last 2 or 3 times, he's pitched here twice, definitely. And
the last time it was the 10 case.
Oh, yeah.
It was nasty. 2-2, Trey hits that one, grounds to third, over to Urofsky, and Trey has wheels but not enough, so that'll be the first out. So like we said, Garrett Felix coming up to the plate.
Looks like Garrett Felix is a new bat. Very bright beige.
Bright beige. Nice. Glossy, too.
Glossy, yes.
Oh my gosh, Ryan Sanders doing it all. He's filming for his team. So nice. That one grounded to second. He has it. Thrown over to Urofsky, and another out at first. Back-to-back outs for Ryan Quadros. So DM Jefferson going to come up and try to make something happen here for the Train. They lead just by 1 in the top of the 8th.
Last time up, I think he reacted as if the ball hit his leg. Did you, or hit his foot now? Did you get a good angle of that?
I thought it did.
Because I think it changed direction there, so unfortunately did not get the call to go his way.
Yeah, I'm not sure. A ball to get started. He was very frustrated, and Big Train, everyone stayed on the field. The Thunderbolts were pretty confident and all walked off, and eventually the umps would agree with them. But, yeah, DM, I think, was frustrated by that at-bat. In for strike 1.
Turned into a nice, cool night here.
I know. It really did get nice after the rain.
Now, every time I think we broadcast together, Allie, I think we always have to talk about the weather. So.
Oh, I mean, that's just the standard for any baseball broadcast,
Yeah.
honestly. Any broadcast that's outside, talk about it in soccer, too. Basketball, sometimes we talk about it, too, because I'm in Evanston, and everyone's always talking about the weather. Did it snow today? Yes, it did. DM Jefferson hits that one deep into left field, going to drop fair in the corner. He's going to round second, and he's pushing for 3, and in safe. A triple for DM Jefferson. I believe that's his second of the season. Train only have like 2 or 3 total, most of them coming from that guy, and huge there with 2 outs. Make something happen, and now just 1 run away from one base away from tacking something on. Can Emilian Pitre make that happen?
Well, just these top 3 guys can use all parts of the field. Just a nice triple there from DM that went into the left field corner and rolled a little bit. And as you said, using his speed to his advantage there. Usually you don't see a lot of triples down in the left field corner, but Jefferson made it happen.
Pitre 1-1 here. Again, 2 outs, so
This would be a big insurance run for the Big Train.
it would be a big insurance run for the Big Train. I just said exactly what you said, but with a little more emphasis.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry for just repeating it. I couldn't come up with anything else. Pitre cannot believe that call. Low key, neither can I. 1-2. Just being honest. I should be quieter. The ump can low key hear it. I said low key again. The ump can kind of hear us back here.
You don't want to get kicked out, Alex.
No, I don't. The 1-2, well hit by Pitre, drops in a left field, and coming home is DM Jefferson. Emilian Pitre with an RBI single, giving the Train that big insurance run we were just talking about.
Well, that's how you adjust, Allie. Obviously, the pitch before that didn't really like the strike call. That caught the outside corner there. It looked like he sat on a changeup and let the ball travel in the zone and poked his bat out for a opposite field single. That's why he's batting number 3, Allie.
Yes, it is. He has been the most consistent force at bat for the Big Train all year. Never fails to let him down. So clutch in those 2 out situations. But also, again, huge credit to DM Jefferson for the triple that got him there. John Kramer at the plate now. Quadros, first pitch to him. Ball.
More 2-out production from the Big Train. We talked about it yesterday. They are really good with those 2 outs on the scoreboard.
Yeah, sometimes they need a little bit of that pressure, apparently. The 1-0 fouled off by Kramer. Oh, commotion in the stands. Hopefully everyone's all right.
You have to start giving out helmets here too, Allie?
They might. Quadros, the 1-1. Kramer has to back off that one. In for ball 2.
I think Kramer got new shoes tonight.
I did comment on that earlier.
Oh, you did comment on that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I said I like his new cleats, and Michael
Yeah.
was like, yeah, I think those are new. They're
Very bright red, and they have UM on the back.
nice.
University of Mississippi.
Just the school that won the College World Series, that's all.
Oh, that's all.
That's all. 3-1 for John Kramer right now. Quadros looking a little rattled after that offensive move from the big train. Quadros the 3-1, and that's ball 4. Kramer going to take his base and advance Emilian into scoring position. TJ Rogers coming up.
Number 27, TJ Rogers.
So again, still 2 outs, but 2 runners on. Petre on second, Kramer on first, and TJ Rogers at the plate. Rogers has walked in his previous 2 at-bats. Quadros, first pitch to Rogers, goes swinging for strike 1.
Nice powerful swing there, Rogers, even though it was a swing and a miss. Good hack. Good hack.
Quadros eyeing Petre, but sends in the 0-1 for a ball. Quadros still staring down Petre, sends in the 1-1 to Rogers. That one well hit into center field. Garrett going to come in, and he makes the catch. So that'll be the end of the big train run here in the top of the 8th, but they do tack on another run. Score now 6-4 as we enter the bottom.